Hello and welcome back to Mark's House and Garden UK. I've got some excellent news for you. It's March and Nobridge Garden Centre is open again. They close up for the winter and they open about this time of year for the summer season. And I'm going to feature in this video something that I think Nobridge do incredibly well, and that is tree ferns. Hopefully you can see behind me that there is a polytunnel full of tree ferns. I'm going to take you inside and have a look around. Now, I don't want to give you the impression that Nobridge just do tree ferns, just because I'm featuring them in this video. There are thousands of other plants here to come and look at, and I will give you a flavour at the end of this video. But for now, in this video, I just want to go in here and have a look at their stunning collection of tree ferns. Whilst I'm showing you these tree ferns, imagine the investment that this business has made into these. And for me, it's worth coming here just to look at them, let alone buy them. But if you possibly can, of course, do buy one. They've got a range of different sizes and shapes, and as you'll see in a moment, some multi-stemmed ones as well. Look at this. Isn't it an incredible thing? I'm going to show you something very special in a moment, something that I would love at home. If I won the lottery, I would replicate this polytunnel and would recreate what I'm about to show you in this video. Right, let me just go around this corner because it's just here. Just look at this. It's a tree fern tunnel. Just look at that. I would have that at home. You can just go in and walk through the middle of it like this and be covered in a canopy of these wonderful tree ferns. These tree ferns come from places like Tasmania, where they've been growing, and it's supposed to be the case that these take 10 years to grow a foot. So you've got thousands and thousands of years of growth in these Dicksonia Antarctica. Plenty of other types of ferns in here as well, and I'll show you some more different types of ferns in a moment. A range of different sizes at very reasonable prices actually, and I'm told that some of these are actually going to be in a garden show in the next week or two. Right, let's just go down here and have a look at the price list. There you can see, and they do deliver, and I believe they now have an online presence. Some useful information about Nobridge and tree ferns, Dicksonia Antarctica. Look at this, wonderful, absolutely amazing. I'll put the link to Nobridge Garden Centre in the description box below this video so you can look it up. But as I've already said, and I am very enthusiastic about Nobridge, I've been here several years on the run now. I think it's worth a day out. Wherever you live in the UK, if you get down here, there's a lovely garden nearby called Woollerton Old Hall, which has just been featured on Gardener's World actually. And so you could do that as well on the same day. And plenty of tea rooms in the vicinity. Look at these here, 7 to 10 foot versions. And look at this one, a multi-trunk one there. That's got 4 different trunks on it. And you can see how they price them there. Now you might think these are expensive, and I suppose they are probably out of reach of most people. They are not a cheap thing, but when you think about how long they've taken to grow and the investment that's been made in them and how much pleasure you will get out of them over the years, then I think they're worth every penny. How much do you spend on a holiday? Well, probably sometimes more than that, and it's over in 2 weeks. These are going to last you for years and years and years. Wonderful, I just love them. We've got 7 of these at home, fortunately. Very fortunate in that respect. I do protect ours for the winter time, and you can see a video on how to protect these wonderful tree ferns on my YouTube channel. In fact, I'll link to it in the description box below this video. But providing you take sensible precautions, these are relatively hardy in the UK. I believe that they're supposed to go down to -10 without any problems. The fronds, the croziers, do go brown sometimes in the winter, and I cut mine off, but they spring back. And if you can get, I know this is asking a lot, but if you can buy one of a different height, maybe a short one and a medium one and a very tall one, you get to see all the different views. So you get to see them from below, from underneath the canopy. and of course from above. Now these, when they delivered, have got no leaves on them at all. And as you can see here from this crate, they're basically just sliced off at the beginning, at the bottom with a chainsaw. And they come in this sort of crated pallet. And then when they're exposed to water and light and heat, they start to produce these crosiers or fronds. They always describe them as almost like gorillas' knuckles, aren't they? Sort of coming out and erupting from inside the trunk. And that's where the magic happens in there. That's the living bit. Having said that, if you plant these in the ground, they do roots. They will put down roots. You only have to sit them on the ground for a short period of time and they'll start reaching out. So the bottom part of the trunk is not dead. Look, there's evidence of roots there. I suspect that's been sat on the ground somewhere and it's put down these little fibrous roots. These are useful in a sense because ultimately they will provide anchorage and stability. Right, I'm going to finish on the tree ferns now. I think I've spoken about them long enough, and I'm going to give you a bit of an overview of some of the other stock that they carry at Nobridge, and I think you're going to be impressed. And here we have another polytunnel full of palms. Look at this. Not just Trachycarpus, but all kinds of palms, some hardy and some not so hardy. Wonderful. So you've got a polytunnel full of palms and an avenue of olives. Look at this. A wonderful stock of olive trees here, all olive Europa at the moment. Apparently, there's another load of olives coming to add to this. So if you get down here in the near future, you'll see a stunning collection of olives. They've also got some very old olives, like that one at the back. Wonderful. I love my olive trees, mate. I think they give you a really kind of wonderful flavour of the Mediterranean. Very evocative of some of the holidays we've had in our lifetimes. And there you go, an avenue of olives. Here we have some yuccas and various different varieties of fatsias, phormiums, and look down here, the plant that everyone's talking about at the moment, fully stocked. Look at that, tetrapanax, wonderful. Aren't they beautiful? And just look at this, a sea of yucca rostrata, from small to medium, all the way up to very large ones. Beautiful. Look at the effect you get when you put them all together like this. Just love it. Let's just skin over this collection of grasses before we go inside this greenhouse and have a look at some of the more tender stock. Musa Basju there, hardy green banana. Here's David doing his thing. Wonderful. More tetrapanax down the edge here. And look at these here. Cycas revoluta. Wonderful. An array of agapanthus here. And here we have a showcase of Schlofflera. Here's another type of yucca, the Yucca filamentosa variegata. Got these tiny little filaments on the leaves. Now let's move into this collection of arid plants. Look at these, wonderful. Just love it here. As I've already said, I could spend the whole day here just wandering around and admiring some of the beautiful specimens of plants. Look at that there. And look at this, an orange tree with fruit on it. Beautiful. And some blossom. Let me just have a look at the label. Some Pittosporum here and a collection of cordylines. And look there, a bird of paradise plant. Now these here are Cyathea cooperi. It's a type of non-hardy tree fern. I've got one at home. Did you think that there was only one type of Cyathea? Well, there's a Cyathea cooperi. There's a Cyathea australis. And right here is the Cyathea tomentosa. And next to that, just for good measure, we've got Dicksonia fibrosa. Wonderful. What a collection of specimens. And look at these lovely aeoniums here. Aren't they wonderful? Let's just scan over here. Look at that. I love looking at these from above. So there you go, the tree ferns of Nobridge and an overview of the rest of their stock. And there is much, much more here to see. So please do get down here if you can and support this independent nursery in Shropshire. Bye for now.